Hello, this is Tanisha J. Welcome back to Cosmic Roots Alchemy. This is a space for sacred reflection, spiritual insight, and collective healing. The cards are not here to predict the future, they are here to reveal the energy of the present moment, the lessons asking to be understood, and the wisdom available to guide us forward. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust your own discernment. These readings are intended for spiritual reflection and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional, legal, financial, medical, or factual advice. The ancestors may whisper, spirit may nudge, the cards may illuminate, but the journey is always yours. Now let's see what messages are emerging for the collective today. Today I want to actually cover the case of Ja'Derrius Minniweather. As I've been reading, the case was first a missing persons case, and now it has turned into a murder case. Someone has been charged with his murder. The story that I've gathered from TikTok, IG, and other social media outlets is that he went to a young lady house named Lele. He left, and when he left, he was not seen from there. However, as the evidence has come up and they've been found that I think his name is Maurice Parm? They have seen and caught evidence on tape to believe that he did murder and harm Ja'Derrius Minniweather. And within the stories, when they went to ask Lele some questions, they found out that Maurice Parm and Lele was having a relationship. So Mr. Maurice was charged with indecent relationship, I believe, something of that nature with the juvenile, because they saw some messages and everything on her phone, Cash App and everything that would make them believe that he was dealing with a minor. However, with the story and everything, there's still more questions. There's something in between that within the story that we want to know, that we want to get the full picture of what really happened that day, that night to Ja'Derrius Minniweather. Before I begin the reading, I want to send healing, love, energy, and my condolences to his family, his friends, and the community, because they were out there looking for him. Everybody was praying for a hopeful return of him to come back home to his mother and his father. So I definitely send healing energy to that family and love to that family. Now, I'm going to begin the reading first with just a quick read, just to see what Spirit wants us to know. So I'm not asking any questions right now. I'm just going to see what Spirit wants us to know about the situation. What is the energy that is surrounding the Ja'Derrius Minniweather case? Also, I offer you, if there are some questions you think I should have asked, put them down in the comment below, and I will come back and do another follow-up reading, because sometimes I read these things, but I haven't got the whole pieces of what really is going on. Or there may be other questions that you thought about while you were just sitting listening to my read. So please, I offer you to actually share what's on your mind and share if there's more questions or something else you think would have been another great question. But right now, let's begin with the quick energy read of what is currently surrounding the Ja'Derrius Minniweather case. The people, because the suspect, yes, Maurice Parm has been arrested, but people still have questions about the young lady named Lele and also Jonathan Butler, because he was there that night when she invited Ja'Derrius over. So let's just see what Spirit says at the beginning of what Spirit wants us to know about the situation. Spirit, would it give me some quick energy messages about the situation with Ja'Derrius Minniweather case, about Lele, about Jonathan, but I'm not sure if that's his last name, but Jonathan and Maurice Parm. First card come out is Trickster. I hope you guys can see it. Let me check make sure you can see it. Okay, the first card is Trickster. The person is not to be trusted. So the first card comes out and said trickster. The person is not to be trusted. So now with this first card, it makes me believe that the because they stated that a phone call was made for him to come over. So there a phone call was made for him to come over. So we're saying maybe that phone call wasn't so innocent to come hang. Allegedly, there's something in the mix. There was some type of manipulation, some type of trick that was set. Let's see. What are the other energies that you want to tell us that surrounds the case of Ja'Derrius Minniweather case? What is the energy surrounding Lele? What is the energy surrounding Jonathan that night? Because all three of them were together in the house. What is the energy, and what would you like for us to know? And you know what, anytime that because sometimes I work with my cards before I come on camera, but anytime I come across and I talk about Ja'Derrius Minniweather case, I always get this. Ancestor said you to leave you alone, or we gonna get into some gangster-ish. And I really feel like that's his ancestors. His ancestors are coming through. His ancestors are speaking. And his ancestors are letting him coming through, and like we have his back. We're going to get who all is involved in this. This goes, the person is getting desperate. What other messages do you have? The person is getting desperate. Okay, let's see. There was a phone call. If you remember, because we talked about the phone call. There was conflict. They said there was an argument with Ja'Derrius and Maurice because of the way he was treating the his friend Lele. I keep saying Lele. Yeah, let's see. Gossip and lying about you. And I feel like that gossip and lying about you is actually about 3 people. It's showing that, yes, Lele, justice is being served. So there will be justice served in his case. So, but again, I want to talk about this gossiping and lying about you. I feel like that's Lele and Jonathan and Ja'Derrius when they went to the house. I feel like that's what it's going to be representing. And I got some more. Let's see. Any more words you would like to share? The energy. They set a trap for you, but it backfired. So could this have been a trap? Because, like, again, we said that the first card came out was trickster. So was the trick of setting a trap for Ja'Derrius? Where there's a trap, but it will backfire on them. Guilty. So Spirit is telling us that with that guilty card, again, justice is going to be served, and the truth will definitely come out. Facing jail time. We already know one person is facing jail time, and that's the guy who got arrested. I think his name's Maurice. So we know, but would it be Lala and the other young man? Will they be facing jail time? Did they have anything to do with Ja'Derrius? Did they know more than they say they knew? So, but as for now, I guess we're gonna hold on one second. Anytime my cards start flipping and going in so many different directions, I know there's so much more. Let's see. Uninvited guests. It's like a lot of things were going on. That day. In that energy, a lot of things were going on in that day, in that energy. Do one more card. What was the energy surrounding that day with Ja'Derrius? Ja'Derrius and Lele and the others. Stealing your energy. unspoken truth. Someone wants to shut up, or someone wants to shut you up, or a truth is long overdue. So there is more to the story that needs to be told. I feel like that's what it's saying. Is more to the story that is going to be told. More is going to be talking. More truth that was not shared. More things are going to be revealed. Okay, let's take these cards out. Let's move. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the questions. I feel like some of us have, like, why did she call him over? Why did she call Ja'Derrius over? What was the reason that she decided? Because they said that they were friends. They used to date, but now they're friends. But however, remember, one of the things also too is that Jonathan and Ja'Derrius were in a fight, and I think they were supposed to go to court about that fight. So I don't know if Ja'Derrius was even aware that Jonathan was over there or whatever. But why did she call Ja'Derrius? What was her reasoning? Why did Lele call Ja'Derrius? I'm trying to see which card I'm going to use. I'm tossing this card, but I want to see. Why did Lele call Ja'Derrius? I think I'm going to switch cards. Hold on. Let's switch up this card. Why did Lily call Ja'Derrius? So what was her reasoning for calling Ja'Derrius? This card comes out, Love Spell. Why did she call Ja'Derrius over? He was surprised at the phone call of coming over, possibly relationship, but there's an evil eye. I feel like she manipulation. I feel like there was a play. She played on something, because with this love spell and then relationship and commitment coming in, I felt like, okay, and like I said, everything I'm saying here is allegedly just a spirit in conversation that we're having with spirit. I don't know why, I feel like I'm hearing like the conversation, like, hey, we still friends, we're still good, you can come over, you can, we can chill, whatever, XYZ. So that's how she spoke with him. Like, yeah, we good people, we not been in a relationship, I love you. A love offer came. So there was a love offer when she called him. And love offer, like I said, it could easily been like, hey, just calling to see. Y'all know those phone calls. Hey, big head, what's going on? How you doing? And before you know it, you're over that person. But again, also legal. Because I want to know also, because she had, I got to make sure, Jonathan Butler, that's his name. Jonathan was over there. Were they going to talk about the court case? Which they were going to, like, let's see. House. He did go to a house. Twin flame. Let's see. He received that message. Pathway. He went there to the house. Protection. Change. I feel like, this is him. This is, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's Ja'Derrius. I feel like because it says divinity. I'm going to put the cards up because the cards are telling a story. I feel we asked, why did she call Ja'Derrius over? Okay, let's deal with the cards that came out first. The very first card that came out was Love Spell. I'm putting Love Spell. They had a relationship before. Remember that. They did have a relationship before. So love spell, relationship. There was a love offer. And the love offer was used to manipulate him to come over to the house. The love offer was used to manipulate him to come over to the house. Now, I feel like hold on, there was one more card. There was the message. Okay, I'm putting a message because They did find text messages of him and her, between him and her talking. So maybe it was, may not a phone call, but it could have been text messages sent back and forth about coming over. Are you still coming over, or so, whatever, XYZ. Now, in the context of all these cards, I feel like it was not what he thought it would be. I don't think he thought, because when he got there, he saw some other things and other conversations. And I'm thinking that conversation was about the court date because Jonathan was there. Maybe when he came in, he saw changed up what she was with Jonathan and everything. Again, surprise. Like, well, okay, you ain't told me he was here or whatever, XYZ. That's the opposition, because remember, him and Jonathan actually was in a fight, that evil eye. So he definitely was shocked. Like, well, we been in a fight. Like, what he possibly doing here or whatever. So I wonder if he knew he was there, what he was walking into. And I feel like this pathway, card, for some reason, to me, this pathway card, I don't know why. I feel like they already had something set up. There was already a setup. They already had something in mind for him. That's why he was invited over. That's why he was invited over. They may have told him, with the protection card, there is no worries. We're good. We're not coming here to cause. We're not coming here to argue. We don't want to cause anything. But I feel like it possibly was about that case. I don't know what they could have talked about the case, because all of them was like teenagers, so their parents would have to be there, and it would have to be with a lawyer and everything. So I don't know if it was to sway him to say something or whatever about the court case that was coming up. I'm not sure, but that's what I have thus far as why did she call him over? Why did she message him, called him, offered him to come over to the house? And I feel like it was under a false pretense. She was like a love offer. It was like I said, one of those phone calls you usually get with people saying, hey, big head, come on over. We hadn't talked in a while. Yeah, we good. We cool. We're friends. In that situation. Okay, show me the energy of Lele, because Lele is the real connector, to be honest with you, with all three of these people. She is the real connection. Abuse. So she was being abused. Now that card can be coming from her dating that older guy, Maurice. Abuse. And I always see this card come up also. I always feel like this is Ja'Derrius again. Nice guy. I feel like he was innocent. He had such an innocence about him. And he had such an innocence about him. I don't know if she possibly used and said, what's the word? I don't know if she possibly said, use some things to say, hey, you can come over. If you come over, this is what we'll do, or whatever, XYZ. But that's what that came in with. Ooh. I wonder if there was some conversations about commitment and everything. Like, young. What is the current energy surrounding Layla? Mature woman. I feel like she felt she was grown. I felt like and when I say grown, I felt like because they said she was emancipated. We don't know of that yet. But I felt like she had not experienced life enough, that she was smart and she was wise and she knew what she was doing. That's what I mean, like, when I see that card, mature woman. And when she felt like a mature woman, I feel like the rich guy was Maurice. Not saying he was rich, but I feel like he was offering and he was giving money and taking care of her. And then here comes the imprisonment. That can also represent Maurice also too, because he is currently locked up right now, and charged with the murder of Ja'Derrius. What is the other energy? And look, rich girl comes by. What is the current? Is Layla telling the truth about what happened? Does Layla know anything more? Does Layla telling the truth about what happened? Does she know commitment? Mentally and emotionally unstable. This is the energy of Layla we're talking about. This is single, sexy, abundance. She was really, she did live in a house, and they said the guy was paying the bills for the house and everything in abundance. Like she was looking for things to, she was looking to live in abundance. She was looking to make sure she was able to be take care of, she can take care of herself from day to day. But my, oh, here, the ancestors are coming again. The ancestors are coming again to talk. Did Lele ritual? We done had love spell and we done had ritual that come out. So I really definitely am beginning to feel there was some type of setup or something when it came down to Ja'Derrius coming to see her. Has Layla told the whole truth? Or does Layla know more? Does Layla know more? Look at again. Love spell came over again. What the world? Wait. This could possibly be y'all. I'm not saying it is. It's a self-love. We got travel. I feel like possibly. And I'm not saying that she did it. She could have some love spells and rituals going on each of them, because she wanted abundance. She wanted to be able to flow. She wanted to be able to make sure that she has somewhere to stay and live. She wanted to be single, and she wanted to be single, sexy, and successful. So therefore, this was her way of having self-love. However, let's again say she still was mentally and emotionally unstable. So this girl was going through, she had some situations going on. A whole lot of situations going on. So there possibly, she could have had a love spell going on in each of them because she wanted to have support of abundance. She wanted to be single, sexy, and she wanted to have, look, oh, there's so much, like, on her, there's so much freaking cards coming. Oh my God, lust, death magic. There's a lot. I think she wanted to live. She wanted to be in bliss, and that was her bliss of having someone take care of her and make sure that she's good, and that was her abundance. Her abundance was that. So that is the energy. So there is more to the story. And every time I see this travel card, because this travel card comes with her, I don't know if she may plan to leave, where she stay and move, or she may leave the city, where she is at. But because there's just too much going on, there's so much attention on her currently right now. But yeah. The next question I want to ask is, now the next, this feel crazy. Hold on one second. Because the next question I asked, like the cards just came out. Like, it's like, I knew you were about to ask about this. I was about to ask about Jonathan Butler. The relationship with her and Jonathan Butler. What was the energy in the relationship between her and Jonathan Butler, Spirit? What was the energy in the relation between Layla and Jonathan Butler? What was the energy between Layla? I keep saying Layla, Lay, and Jonathan. What was the energy in the relationship between Lay, and Jonathan Butler? What was the energy between Lay, and Jonathan Butler? Anytime this card comes out, I feel like this is an innocence of Ja'Derrius. Like, I feel like Ja'Derrius didn't know what he was walking into. I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew what he was walking into. But let's get back to the question. I don't think he knew Jonathan was there. With that card coming up there, I don't think he knew Jonathan was there. What was the damn, that same card coming up too. Okay, these cards are coming up again. I asked, what was the relationship between Lele and Jonathan Butler? They have sweetheart. Again, here comes death magic again. And then here comes rich girl, rich guy. And here comes the healer. If you ask me what all these cards mean, I feel like she was seriously just looking at for someone to take care. And here it comes again, love spell. Love spell comes again. And over this card, love spell comes again. She may have sent him a message else. Love spell comes again. Showing her. Okay. Now, when it comes to death magic, I'm going to be honest with you, and then this might sound crazy, but I feel like her energy was possibly like a succubus. Like she sucked the energy out of them because she wanted so much. What she wanted was abundance, as we saw. And here comes again unexpected money. She really was looking for someone to care for her. She really was looking for someone to be there for her. If it is the fact that she is emancipated, she probably don't know how she is going to make it. She probably just don't know how she's going to make it from time to time or whatever, XYZ. These same cards is coming out. Let me see. Let me really shuffle. What is the energy in a relationship between Jonathan and Lele? What is the energy and the relationship between Lele and Jonathan? Let's say animosity, community, expectation. I feel like their relationship was strained. Not only was their relationship strained, I feel like with that community card, y'all, I feel like he knew about the other relationship she had. He knew he was not the only person. It goes twin flame. Really feel like this girl was looking for love. They're in the wrong places in the wrong way. That's what I really feel when it comes down to her and the relationships that she had with these young men. Here we come with love offer again. So they had a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, a romantic relationship, evidently. And with that romantic relationship, again, she has some type of expectation. Courthouse. What is it did you want us to tell us about the courthouse? Because I kind of figured with the courthouse, he was definitely over there. Let's see. Expectation. Courthouse. I'm looking at some stuff. Give me one more card about that courthouse and that expectation card. Give me one more card and tell me something. Then I can really come. Yep. He knew. Because I feel like this is Ja'Derrius. He knew Ja'Derrius was coming there. And they was going to talk about the case, the courthouse. Because they had, let's remember, they had a again, confusion, illusion, poverty. Again, this might have been about the fight. They were going to talk about the courthouse. And I don't know if he was afraid. I don't know what he thought would happen at the courthouse or whatever, or what other issues he possibly had. And this could have been his last strike or another strike on there. So he was going to ask for help. He was going to ask Ja'Derrius for help when it came to that court case. He was going to ask him for help. Again, I don't know if this young lady did a lot of work. I think she ever did. I don't know if she was into voodoo work, root work, or whatever. But I think she did plenty. I think she may know some things around the way of when coming to doing work. Because we saw love spell, we saw ritual, now voodoo's coming out. So therefore, it is definitely showing us that she has some type of energy, connection, and control. Again, I feel like the ancestors, when they come out, is telling me, yeah, you're on the right direction. She had some type of energy control over these young men. She had some type of energy control over these young men when she used love spell, when she did love offering and everything. Yeah. I feel like that is what actually has happened, what was going on when it came to these relationships with her, between Jonathan, between and Ja'Derrius. Now let's talk about Maurice. Speak to me about Maurice Parm. He is now, what's the word, charged with indecent relationship with a minor, and also the murder of um, Ja'Derrius. Speak to me about Maurice Parm. What do you want us to know about Maurice Parm? I guess he thought it was real love. And how you can think that's a real love and that was a whole child and legal? Yes, he is in trouble right now. He does have some legal issues right now. Definitely, we know that for sure. And this is showing bondage. Now we're going to watch and we're going to see if any other. There it comes, y'all. Love offer. Because I just was about to say, we are going to watch and we are going to see what's going to come out. If there was some type of magic and there's some left hand magic that was going on. And evidently, there was some type of abuse or something going on in that relationship also, too. He wanted commitment from her. That's a little girl to you. What the hell? He looked at her as he really was evidently in love with her. He looked at her as her earth angel. He would give her what she wanted, what she needed. Is this the courthouse coming again, which she will be into? And again, it comes through. Ja'Derrius come through again. I really feel like he didn't know what he was coming into. She told him about the things and what was going on between her and Maurice. And here she comes again as a mature woman. I think Ja'Derrius was concerned about what was going on. And yes, because they said that an argument had ensued between Darius and Maurice. It was, and there we go, conflict. There was a conflict that happened that possibly showing us the fight that happened as a false narrative. So the stories and everything that is coming around is going. I don't think everything has been told yet. Everything has not come out yet. Everything has not been told yet. And again, this right here, that flying monkey, that's just a narcissist. That's just a person who, another again, I'll say example is a succubus, one who just used people for their were manipulations. Mature man, because he was well over in he's I think that's in his 50s or so, something like that. And here we go with the veil. I'm not saying, like I said, these are alleged, these are not factual, nothing or anything, but she possibly could have been working with magic and these relationships to manipulate and do and get the things that she wanted. She may have been working with magic because again, here we come with twin flames. And we come with love offer, love spell. Yes, he's in jail right now. He's charged with her with the situation of being involved with a minor and also the murder of Ja'Derrius. Now, for right now, I'm going to actually, wow. This whole thing was destruction and endings. It came to this ending. It came to this dead end. All of this came to a dead end. I don't think it's supposed to, but I feel like that energy, the energy that she had, with the relationships. Let's put it this way. When a person goes in to alter other people, decisions, and to try to control their energy is nothing but destruction, and it's going to end in destruction. So if there were allegedly, this is not factual, if there were left hand magic going on, nothing ever comes out of those type of situations perfectly. it's going to affect people. It's going to not only affect people, it's going to affect people, and it's not going to have the best endings. And I feel like that's what these cards are telling us right now. Whoa. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up in a few. Let's see what if there are any other messages. Then we're going to go see the future, like if there's like what's ahead. Again, this card keeps coming up. I really feel like energetically they're telling us something about love spell. They're telling us something. There was some type of love potion that y'all heard, love potion number 9. There was some type of something happening in those relationships. There was some type of energetic magic that was being used in those relationships. Is there anything else you would like to share, Spirit? Is there anything else you would like to share? It was used for abundance. It was used to get what she wanted, to get what she needed. Evil eye. Transition. Yeah. I'm going to let these cards just talk. Because these cards are talking. They're really, really, really talking. And again, this is how I see it. Through how the cards is coming. You don't you can share what you see, but to me this is what the story, and this is the story of when I'm asking Spirit, like, what else you want to tell me. Love spell was used for abundance. The love spell was used, this energetic, because as we know, chakras are energies aligned in the body. They were used to control, to get that abundance and allow them to be enamored with her, to fall in love with her, for her to control them, or what, however, control them. That was evil eye work. That was an entity attachment. The energy, because sometimes when you do work, how do I say it? Sometimes when you do work and you're thinking, and how do I put it? You're doing work on somebody. You're doing a love potion. You're doing whatever type of work because you're working for someone to be attracted by. You're supposed to do work on you. You're supposed to do self-love work on you. You're not supposed to be putting anybody's name or anything. That can create an entity on you personally, and make you become even worse, because it feels like it's saying all of this ended this in a death, into all of using that magic. Using that magic is what this succumbed to. Allegedly, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is not factual. None of this is factual. All of this is entertainment purposely. And I feel like when this comes out, this is how the work was done. This is how she felt she healed. She can get things. This is, and the jealousy and envy. Here we come again with ritual. I really feel like all of this, happened due to the fact of working with the left hand. And when you do work, you have no control of how it comes out. We've all seen the movies like oh my God, what's the movie, y'all, with the I'm seeing her face, Ease by You, I think that's the name. Like, we've seen that before. Now I'm going to wrap this up, and we're going to do like what is surrounding, what's in the near future will be happening, that in the case, and with the people who are in this case, what will be going on. Oh, one more question. I know one more question I want to ask. Did Jonathan Butler knew what was happening? Did Jonathan or Layla knew? Was this a plan that all of them had? Was this a plan that Jonathan, Layla, and Maurice had all together? Were all three in on the plan? When it came to Ja'Derrius Minniweather, were all three in on the plan? Did they know? Was everyone in on the plan? I'm sorry. Manipulation. Conflict. Y'all tell me what y'all think when it comes to that part. I won't say anything. You tell me what you think when it comes to that part. You tell me. What do you think when it comes to that part? The question is, did they all know? You tell me, and we can talk about it in the comments. There we go again with this death, magic, and veil. These are coming up too often to deny that they were not some type of left hand magic going on. And again, all innocence. Innocence of Ja'Derrius. He was very innocent. He did not know what was going on. He had not one clue of these things, period. But you tell me what you think about these last cards of manipulation, conflict, false documents, false info, false statements, false agreements, mature woman, death magic, the veil. You tell me what you think, and we can have that conversation in the down below. Okay, let me wrap this one up. And I said I was gonna do one more to see what actually comes. Look, even the house comes. Yeah. Okay, that's the last card on that one, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. What you think. What you think with those cards come, and we ask that all of them know. Because I know my answer. But I want to see if you guys come up with the same thought as in with all of these cards that was presented. And everything else that was surrounding the cards that was continuing to come out. Let me see what you guys think. Okay. This is the last. We're going to do a premonition card. What surrounds the case? What is surrounding the case to come? What is surrounding the case to come when it comes to Ja'Derrius Minniweather case? Will there be more evidence that come out? Will there be more proof to come show? Oops, sorry. There's going to be more people. I think there's going to be, how should I put this? Intruder. I think there's going to be more information coming out. It's like things are going to stop being separated from the truth and misinformation. Like there's going to be people talking about this. There's going to be a lot of people talking about this. Intruder. I would definitely say to all those, well, he's in jail, Maurice is in jail, but intruder, I definitely would be protected. I would be protected as I'm moving around and going around, because I think there's people who's hurt, and there's people, when you hurt, you want somebody else to feel your pain. So I would definitely be careful walking around for those who are so attached to the case. Storms are brewing. There's more to come. There is more to come. Y'all are going to see more information and more things to come out of this story. Anything else? Text message. They possibly can be text messaging each other, or messaging each other, calling each other about what's concerning and what's going on in the case. And that may be how some information is going to get out, because the messages are going to reveal what is being talked about. There are going to be mistakes and mishaps that's going to happen, and it's going to be revealed by them doing things, not even paying attention. They're just going on about their business. They're not really even, they're not aware of the seriousness of what has just happened. They're still being just, I don't even know what the word is. Again, lonely confrontation. There's going to be a lot of things that's going to be happening because some people are angry, some people are upset. She may feel lonely, she may feel a certain way. And like I said, there was one um that did show moving, traveling. They may move away because of the attention and everything. um the male could be that there could be she could be asked to come for something else, or charged with something else, or people sending things stating, I would definitely just be careful. I would be careful about my surroundings, with surrounding me, who is surrounding me, because I feel like there are going to be eyes. There are going to be eyes on not only her, but everyone in that case. Everyone who gets attached to that case, there's going to be eyes. And I definitely shocked. We're going to be shocked because again, I say, y'all, there is more information that's coming in. There's going to be a phone call that comes through. Phone call. Bad news. It's so much is going to be happening. So I would definitely, if I were the other people who are in the case, I would suggest that y'all be careful, because there's a lot of people out there there's some people upset, they're angry, and you just need to be careful about your goings, your coming. Enemies. You may have enemies that you don't even know, people you thought they were your friends, and they're no longer your friends. They became your adversaries because what's been happening was they feel like you were plotting and they don't know. So, only thing these cards are showing is basically, to me, is like I feel like it's telling the other people who are attached and to this case, you have to be careful. You have to be careful where you walk at. You have to be careful your surroundings, because there's a lot of things and people who want to confront you, who want to ask you questions, who want to see what really happened that night. You have to realize there was a life that was taken. You have to realize there's so much things that has happened. So I would definitely watch myself as I'm going out and about around the city, town, wherever they live. So please be careful, because of that energy of what happened to that young man Ja'Derrius. Another great cloud of energy has come around, because again, if y'all remember, the ancestor cards keep coming out. The ancestor card came out in the previous deck, and it came out in the quick read deck. He has ancestors. He's with his ancestors, but he has ancestors who don't play about him. And his ancestors, you always gotta remember, I always tell people, be careful how you treat people. You don't know who those people ancestors are, because some people ancestors don't play about them at all. And the minute a tear drop or something happens, baby, it's on, and you don't even know. That person even gotta talk to you. That person don't have to put their hands on you. So I feel like his ancestors are definitely on it right now. But if you have, I'm going to close out the reading about Ja'Derrius. If you have questions, any more questions, you think of some questions I should have asked that I missed, put it down in the comment below and let me know, so we can possibly do another follow-up reading. And wait a minute, y'all. You almost made me forget. One more thing. Hold on. And look at this road trip. That road trip. I tell y'all that traveling keeps coming and moving. May have to leave because of all of that friction and everything going on. Let's do one more card. I'm sorry. I don't want to keep y'all long. I keep saying I'm not keeping y'all long. I say one more card. But my mind just thought about, let's do what the ancestors. Let's see what the ancestors are saying. What they're speaking about Ja'Derrius. We always need to let the ancestors have the last words. These are the words of the ancestors when it comes down to Ja'Derrius' case. There was chaos and destruction. He walked into chaos and destruction. He truly did walk into chaos and destruction. He was not aware of what he was going into. He was not. Last words of the ancestors about Ja'Derrius' case. Conjure woman, manifestation. I don't know why I was about to say but that came. Okay. Okay. I feel like the ancestors are telling what type of woman that she was and what did she use. It was chaos energy. It was chaos magic that was created. She was the trickster. She created all of this energy amongst these three male energies. I feel like that's what they're speaking about. Again, this is alleged. This is for only entertainment purposes. This is not factual. But I feel like the ancestors, like that was chaos magic. That was conjuring. And y'all, please know that conjuring does not always have to have a negative connotation. But in this case, it does because it was used with trickster and chaos magic that created all of this to happen for this ending to come to what it came to. Is there any more you would like to say, ancestors? Is there more that you would like to say? Is there any more? Because, like we said, this is the last. Ugh. I feel like sacrificial. Sacrificial. I don't know why I feel like that. That's the energy. Sacrificial. It's they're talking about the energy, the female energy that was in there. They're talking about the female energy that was in there, and they're describing who she was. And I don't know why I'm hearing you got to be careful about people like that. You have to be careful about people like that. This right here is them talking to you, telling you with spirit and energy. You need to be careful about people like that. For all of us who keep walking along with friendships and people, and we know who they are, and we have a bad energy and our intuition telling us about them, but to we continue to be around them. You're not trusting your path. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust the path when they when energy is speaking, when energy is saying this is not safe for you, this is not the person you need to be around. Ancestors are warning us, to be honest with you, and this right here, they're warning us and they're telling us you need to be careful because when you walk in there and you know what the energy is and you continue to go on these energies and walk, it's a foolish decision. A it's only going to cause and create more confusion and lead you into a space where you do not want to be. I feel like this is a warning to us, and they're speaking to us. And we can have a heart of gold, and we can love. Look at their mask. Be careful of the mask. Be careful of the mask. Be careful of what people can do to you because at the end of the day, with that speed card, because it's the speed card, it's like the Eight of Wands. And when that Eight of Wands is turned upside down, that's an attack. That's an attack. That is an abusive attack. That's an attack to come get you and hurt you. And they're telling us we need to be very careful about our friendships. We need to be very careful about the relationships and the people who we have around us. No longer do you need to feed anybody with a long spoon. You need to cut the spoon off because that type of magic does not lead to anything. It only leads to manipulation and only leads to chaos. Do yourself a favor and no longer enjoy that magic. Oof. That magic is nothing but lies. Oof. Keeps you stuck in stagnant energy. However, if you now this is the one I want you to. This is the last message because this is the last two card that came out. Ooh, look at the top card. I have to put this card out. Okay. And I put this card too. Sheesh. Okay. This is the message that they're saying. Be careful about the energy and the people you let around you because these people can lead you astray with their chaos, their confusion, they're stealing your energy. You may think it's simple. Oh, every time I talk to so and so, she always gossiping or she always talking down about somebody. He or she, be careful. However, the next message is to them, to us, is you have your spiritual team surrounding you. You have your spiritual team surrounding you. Create that boundary between you and those people that is not good for you. Your spiritual team is here for you. Do you see ancestral force? You see the goddess circle, and this is the wheel that can elevate you, give you good juju. Now his ancestors are with him. His ancestors are guiding him. But they're telling us to be mindful that we have ancestors and we have a spirit team that is guiding us to create boundaries, to release us and move us to a forward positive movement and no longer turning our backs on these type of energy and these type of people. Because everything happens Everything happens and it teaches us a lesson. Because as we say, we're looking at this as, oh, they're friends, they're this. She was just calling possibly just to say, hey, come over, chill, whatever. But that was chaotic energy that he was walking into, and he did not even know, being an innocent, kind, gentle person, loving person that he was. Even arguing with the guy stating you don't treat her like that. He walked into something he had no idea, all because he wanted to help a friend, all because he was a good friend. I'm not telling you this. The ancestors are telling you this. Be careful about those type of energy. If your intuition is telling you to leave those type of people alone, don't pick up the phone. Don't call. You don't have to pick up the phone all the time when they call. The ancestors are saying, get with your spirit team. Get with your whomever is your most divine, and you let that be your protection. You let that be your protection of your boundaries and guidance. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave this message there. And again, like I said, if there's anything that I missed or anything that you want to talk about, or you want me to go further into, put it down in the comments. I hope this wasn't too much of a long read. Um, but put it down in the comments and we can talk about it more. And until next time, stay rooted.